I want to respectfully and with a lot of reference and honor address what His Excellency the President said a few days ago. Actually, it should be yesterday, if I'm not mistaken, that he said that the nation of Kenya stands for a two, state solution to the conflict of Israel. He said that he stands for, the nation of Kenya stands for a two-state solution. And here we have, on one side, we have the president of the Palestinian Authority, the man that you see on your screen there. And we have the Prime Minister of Israel, Benjamin Netanyahu. The president of Palestine is Mahmoud Abbas. This is Netanyahu. And the president had this to say. I want you to listen carefully. Of course, first he spoke about Haiti and criminal acts
undermining the lives of Haitians are unacceptable, unjustifiable, and must be stopped by this organization, the United Nations. Madam President, and we stand for a two-nation solution as a means of resolving the conflict. On matters peace, the Jeddah process, which IGAD, under our chair, the President of Djibouti, is engaged in, we believe will unlock the challenges in Sudan, and your participation in this region will also give us the opportunity to also deal with the challenges that are going on between Israel and Palestine. We believe that no terrorism cannot be an answer to any conflict, neither is occupation. We believe that Palestine should be a free state, and we stand for a two-nation solution as a means of resolving the conflict.
So this came, of course, in the backdrop of what the Secretary General said earlier in the same, actually in the main meeting.
And let's be clear, statehood for the Palestinians is a right, not a reward. And let's be clear, statehood for the Palestinians is a right, not a reward.
Of course, you know that the UN and the predecessor of the UN, that is the League of Nations, they have never been pro-Israel at any given time. The world is ganged up against Israel. Only a few people have been able to stand out, against the discrimination that has been, set against the nation of Israel. Let me begin by telling you this. There is one of the major scriptures that have been fulfilled over and over again is Genesis 12, verse number 3. I will bless those who bless you, and I will curse him who curses you. I am not sure whether you are aware that when nations have risen against the nation of Israel, God has never been very kind to any nation that rises up against the children of Israel. And in fact, God has been, very forward in handling or even mishandling any nation, or manhandling or God handling any nation that finds itself at loggerheads with Israel. Let me tell you this as we try to unravel this matter, that even Somalia in the 1970s, most probably 1976, Somalia decided to sponsor a motion in the UN against the state of Israel. Look at what they have become. They didn't live to be a nation at peace. You may see the conflict today and give them many other reasons why it is there. But the main reason is because they sponsored a motion against the nation of Israel in the 1970s. Most probably in the 1970s, you may check it out. And you can imagine Uganda as well. You remember Uganda, Idi Amin chased out the Jews. And Uganda has gone through a very painful time. And not just those nations, even Babylon itself, even Egypt itself. These nations, God said, I will bless the one who blesses the descendants of Abraham, or Abraham in the flesh. And Jesus Christ is one of the descendants of Abraham in the flesh. And maybe to just bring us up to speed with just some historical background to what we are looking at, because I can tell you that the people that are being mistreated, mishandled, the people that are facing an historical injustice here, it is a nation of Israel. And I wanted to be keen tonight to settle this matter once and for all in your heart as a believer, because you cannot be a believer and hate the Jews. Because if you are a believer in one of their own. You are a believer in a Jew. You are a believer in a Jew, and if you have received Christ into your heart, you have a Jew living in you. He is the reason why you are better than the way you could have been. He is the one that you are proud of, the one that is in your life. He is a Jew. Jesus is a Jew in the flesh. And you cannot run away from that. If you are a true believer, something within you attaches you to the nation of Israel. You can stand for Israel. You can feel Israel. You can be a martyr for Israel, because it is your brother. Israel is your real brother. And so maybe to bring you up to speed with some a little bit of the history, is that this question of the land of Israel, you will understand it well if you understand a bit of the history that is connected to it. Israel was in Egypt, but then they went back to the land that was their land. That time it was known as the land of Canaan. It was the land that was inhabited by different tribes, Hittites, Perizzites, and other sites that were there. And you remember that in the year AD 70, the children of Israel, or the nation of Israel, they rebelled against the occupation of the Romans. And the Romans were ruthless against them. They burned their cities, they destroyed them, they dispersed them, and they even changed the name of that land so that they can erase any connection to to that land with the Jews. They really wanted to erase them, so that the map does not bear the name Judea, because it used to be Judea. And you remember even David reigned there, Solomon and other kings about 3,000 years ago, or even longer than that time. But something happened, And I want you to, in a nutshell, to understand that when Israel came back from Egypt, they claimed back their land. And they dwelled there. They were taken to captivity. They came back to the land. And in 70 AD, they were dispersed all over the nations of the world. And for 2,000 years, they were not a nation within Israel. Although there were still some Jews who had settled there, together with other nations that had settled there. People like, let me tell you, of course, the Hittites, the Amorites, the Jebusites. The Jebusites, actually, they were the ones that were living in Jerusalem. The name Jerusalem has something to do with the Jebusites that were living there, but it became the city of David when he conquered that particular land. And actually, I believe it should be Joab who climbed up and conquered that city.